my 1 plus IEF, which is what we are looking for from that, because we are calculating the effective interest rate. That's what we don't know. Then is equal to 1 plus I norm. Actually, we now know what is our I norm, which is what we wrote here as what? As 0,098. So that's what you write there to say 0,098. Then the compounding, they say it monthly, you divide by that n, which is equal to 12. See that? So that n there is equal to 12. And then the power that you're going to express that is also going to be 12 there. Hello again, our most valued student. My name is Confident and welcome to our mathematics revision session. And I'm looking at the conversion from the nominal effective interest rates to the nominal interest rate to the effective interest rate. So what you will be given, be it that you are doing your grade 11 or your grade 12, most probably they will give you the nominal, which is the nominal interest rate, I norm for the nominal interest rate, and they will be wanting you to convert it into the effective interest rate. I'm not going to go or dwell into what does each mean, but to say what is the nominal interest rate and then what is the effective interest rate, but I'm just going to show you how to best apply this formula. So now in the exam, they are not going to give you this formula, but it is your duty to remember how to write this formula and then after that how to manipulate it. Now guys, if this is your first time coming in contact with this channel, this is the 24-minute lesson. I will encourage you subscribe to this channel because it is the channel that has got you in mind, meaning these videos are there to prepare you for your final exams. I've got students who always come back and say through this channel they were able to pass their maths, not just passing but with a very good mark. Now I'm not looking at the high flyers in maths, but I'm looking at someone who says, I'm struggling very much with my mathematics. Can you please assist me to move from my failures of 20s, 30s so that I can end up getting my 60, 70 and 80%. So this is you, my underdog. I call those the underdogs. So I'm very passionate for someone who says, I'm struggling, but I know there is a chance for me to pass this subject. This is what I define as the underdog. So if you are my underdog, I was also once in your place. I was struggling very much with maths, but at the end of the day, I managed to also master it, and I ended up being able to get a distinction. So I think you can also get the same chance. Through these videos, I bring you therefore some different strategies that you can use. Now back to this lesson. As I said, I'm calculating the effective interest rate, and usually you'll be given the nominal interest rate. I'll do one question whereby they give you the nominal, you are given the effective and you have to go back. So you'll be given that one and you have to go back to calculate the nominal, but I haven't seen such a question. So what I did is I brought in some questions from different years. You can see these questions and how they bring about in the exam. So if they are to bring this question, this is how you expect these questions to come about. So I'm just looking at these questions from 2019, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, and these are papers mainly written in the Gauteng province. But let's look at this. So this is the formula. So what are you saying here? I'm saying you are given, as I'm saying, you are given which is IEF. EFF means effective. That's the effective interest rate. So 1 plus effective interest rate is equal to 1 plus nominal interest rate divided by n to the power of n. But what does this actually mean? When we are talking about EF there, this is the effective, okay, and then the norm there, this is the nominal, and then the n there is the compounding. This is the compounding, but remember, when they talk about compounding, it can be monthly. So if it's monthly, this n becomes 12, and then that n also becomes 12. You see that? If it's half yearly or semi-annually, you know you have to divide by 2. And then if it's daily, you divide by how many days in a year, which is 365 and so on. But anyway, the most common one is compounding monthly, half yearly or semi-annually, as well as quarterly. But I'm going to show you through these examples. So let's look at a question that can allow us to use that formula. The first question says we need to calculate the effective, see that? We need to calculate the effective interest rate. So the moment they say calculate, ask yourself, what am I calculating? So you are calculating the effective interest rate. So this is your IEF. You see, if you come back to the formula, it's IEF. So that's what they want. The effective interest rate. Then they say if the interest rate is 9.88% per annum compounded monthly. So this is a paper that was written in November 2014. Very, very important. Now look at this. Calculate the effective interest rate. If the interest rate, now they are giving an interest rate, this then becomes your I norm. Are you getting that? This is your nominal interest rate. And then the compounding, then they say compounded monthly. The moment they say monthly, you must remember monthly means there are 12 months in a year. So your n here is equal to 12. Then from here you are able to, in a way, answer this question. You write that formula. Let's now answer this question here. When you are writing, you are saying 1 plus I effective interest rate is equal to 1 plus I the nominal interest rate. Now remember, you are dividing it by n, and everything is to the power n. So now you have to input then these values that we were looking at. Now first things first here, when you are looking at the nominal interest rate, see, say they're saying it's 9%, but remember, how do you go about it? You say 9,8, you divide that by 100. You don't leave it like that, so that when you divide it, you'll get 0,098. I mean, you can also try with your calculator, just to it's a duty always to ensure that what you do, you test it with your calculator. Okay, so that is that part. You divide it by 100 so that it can be that. So when you continue, you are able then to input the values to say my 1 plus IEF, which is what we are looking for from that, because we are calculating the effective interest rate. That's what we don't know. Then is equal to 1 plus I norm. Actually, we now know what is our I norm, which is what we wrote here as what? As 0,098. So that's what you write there to say 0,098. Then the compounding, they say it monthly, you divide by that n, which is equal to 12. See that? So that n there is equal to 12. And then the power that you're going to express that is also going to be 12 there. So do you see what I just did? So the main interesting area was for me to be given that I divided it by 100, and also to understand what is that, so that I can change the compounding. Is it quarterly, monthly, yearly, half yearly, whatever? So that's what you do. And then from there, what do you do? How do you go about the answer? I want you to calculate your answer same time. You're going to take this 1 here, you're going to transpose it to the other side, meaning it's going to jump the other side, so that you've got I effective is equal to 1 plus 0,098 over 12. Remember, to the power 12. Now it was plus 1 when it jumps, it becomes -1. You seeing that? So this helps you now to come up with IEFF, which is IEFF. Then at this stage, you just calculate it once. You understand? The aim is to just calculate it once. So with the calculator, I calculate that to say 1 plus fraction 0.098 over 12, everything to the power of 12. I think that. And then I'm going to say what? -1. So it helps me to calculate this once. And then you say equal to. Then to give me that answer, remember the aim is to leave your answer into 2 decimal places. So you can round it off, which is 0.104525. So here you must leave it at 4 decimal places, so that whenever you put your final answer, it might be in 2 decimal places. So if I round off, which is shift setup to number 6, there is the fix to 4 decimal places, it's 0.1025. So you've got 0.1025. This is what it gave you, but this is not your final answer. Then this is how you're going to write it to say effective. You write it now as the final answer to say effective interest rate is equal to, then you say what? You say 0.1025. You multiply that by 100. That's how you convert it now into a percentage. And if you take your calculator to multiply this by 100, it then going to give you that 10.25. So 100 times 0.1025. Remember, I was emphasizing you leave your answer into 4 decimal places, so that now you can have those 2 decimal places. So it's 10.25. But what is this? This is now as a percentage. This is the effective interest rate. All right. So that's how you go about calculating these. I hope this does make sense. Are you with me? So that's how you go about. And then let's look at another one here. And just to remove this. As I said, these are different questions that they bring throughout the years for the different exam papers. Now, an investment, now in this one, an investment earns interest at a rate of 7% per annum, compounded semi-annually. Calculate the effective annual interest rate on this investment. Look at the question and then try to get the information. What are they giving you, and then what do they want? So the first one is an investment earns an interest rate of that, and then the compounding is fine. But look at the question, says calculate the effective annual interest rate. The moment they say that, remember they want the IEFF, which means you're converting the nominal interest rate to the effective interest rate. The moment you want to find the IEFF, it means the interest rate that you are given here is your I norm. So sometimes they won't tell you to just convert. They will be giving it in a question in such a way that you must pick up that this is the similar question that they want me to convert from nominal to effective interest rate. So they'll give you the word effective there, meaning the other one you're given is the nominal. All right, now what is the compounding? Says semi-annually. Now semi-annual, remember, it's half yearly, so which means n here is equal to what? How many half years are there in a year? It's 2. Half yearly or semi-annually, remember the n becomes 2. When you get that, let me do it this side now. You come back to the formula to say 1 plus IEF is equal to, remember the formula, you need to know that 1 plus I norm over n to the power of n. Okay, then from here it's again a matter of getting the information you're given. They told you that the I norm there is 7%, and I told you what to do with 7%. You say 7, divide that by 100. Don't put 7% as is, which is 0.07. That becomes your I norm. So you come in to say 1 plus IEFF is equal to 1 plus that I norm now becomes 0.07 over n. Half they said semi-annually. We said n was 2. You multiply by what? By 2. Don't forget, when this is 2, that becomes 2. That's the compounding. And I said what you do at this stage, take that 1 to join the other side. Remember, when it crosses the equal sign, it becomes negative. So what you have now is IEFF is equal to 1 plus 0.07 over 2. This helps you to just get the answer straight, minus 1. You just get the answer straight away. Okay. And then after that, it will be IEFF is equal to, then the calculator at this stage, it will help you to get now the answer as a decimal. We are going to put it to 4 decimal places, remember. So it's 1 plus fraction 0.07 over 2 to the power 2. Then it's minus 1. It will give you a decimal. Press ST there. It is 0.0712. 4 decimal places. Shift, setup, 6, and I put it to what? To 4 decimal places. So I'm getting what? 0.0712. Alright. So it's 0.0712. Then you finally, they say therefore effective interest rate. Then what you do, remember, you multiply by 100, which is 0.0712 times 100. What are you doing now? You are converting this to a percentage now, which is equal to, if you do it well, it will be 7.12%. But you can check that with your calculator. Guys, this is repetition. That's how this keeps on repeating. Alright, let me remove this and bring in other new questions. So we did the first 1, 2. Let's go to the third question. I think we're here now. It says the nominal interest rate of an investment. You see this one, they were very clear to say the words. The nominal, which is I norm. See that one? The nominal interest rate of an investment is 12.35%. And then per annum compounded monthly. The moment they say that, remember, n is equal to 12. Calculate the effective interest rate. So meaning they want what? The IEFF. Now, you come back again to say, what do you do to 12.35? You say 12.35. You divide by what? By 100. So that it becomes 0.1235. Always do that. Always prepare your numbers so that whenever you now have the formula, guys, the formula mustn't actually strain. How do you write the formula? Anyone is remembers? Let's go. How do you write? You say 1 plus IEFF. Remember that one? You do the same thing here also. 1 plus I norm. But now, don't forget, when it comes to norm, you come back to the compounding. You divide by n, you close to the power n. Can you do that again? Let's do that again. Let's do that again. So that it just sticks in your mind. You need to know this formula. Can you do it again? It's 1 plus I effective. Because that's what we want. We are looking for the effective. Is on your left hand side. The effective interest rate is equal to, similar writing is 1 plus I, but now it's norm. Right, but you ask yourself, it cannot just be norm. I need to know my compounding and then power n. Alright, from there, now you take the information you have. IEFF is equal to 1 plus, come back here to the information, your I norm is 0.1235. Here 0.1235, and then they said compounding was I think the compounding was monthly here, n is 12. So you see that where n is equal to 12. Also here you've got a 12. Don't then get confused at this stage. As I say, take 1, let it join this side, let it cross this equal sign from positive to negative, so that you've got I EFF is equal to 1 plus 0,1235 over 12 to the power 12 minus 1. Then when you've done that, you then calculate the I effective interest rate. Then obviously you'll need a calculator at this stage whenever you are calculating. So it will become what? Brackets first, don't forget 1 plus 0,1235, you divide, guys, by 12. This is how the importance of you now knowing your calculator there. I'm just going to that. Then it will give your answer as a decimal. Don't forget, the aim is to go 4 decimal places, which is 0,1307. Of course, I need to look at the 073, whether it will affect that 7. So if I round off to 4 decimal places, it's 0,1307. You see that? But your calculator can still do it. Shift, set up 6, and then to 4 decimal places, which is 0,1307. How do you take it back? You say shift, set up, number 8 is norm, and then say 1. It takes it back. Okay, so it's 0,1307. So you come here and say 0,1307. This is our effective interest rate as a decimal. Now to write the actual answer, you're going to say effective, because you must leave it as a percentage. Effective interest rate is equal to 0,1307. You multiply by 100, because it must be as a percentage, which is what? 13,07%, because we want to leave our answer into 2 decimal places. Are you with me? So that was that. So that's the question. Just finishing shortly the last 2 ones. So this was November 2016. Now look at this other one. Is November 2017. It says calculate the effective interest rate. Again, the question here, effective interest rate, if the interest rate is compounded at 5% per annum, compounded quarterly. They just changed that. So I'm just going to do this first. Now my quarterly means n is equal to what? 4. Remember, you're dividing quarterly. There are 4 quarters. So it's 12 divided by 3 in a year. So it's 12 over 3, which is equal to 4. So it's every 3 months. Quarterly means every 3 months. So look at this. In other ways, it's 1/4 of a year. So it compounded at 5%. So this is our I norm. And then that will become what? 5 over 100, which is 0,05. You see that? So calculate the effective IEF. So guys, it becomes now easier. I'm just going to work it here to say 1 plus I EFF is equal to 1 plus I, you know the formula now, norm over what? Over n to the power n. See that? So it's 1 plus I EFF, or just to shortcut this, I can even calculate to say IEFF. If you are now very comfortable, it will be 1 plus, don't forget this will go to the other side there. It will be I norm, which is what? 0,05. Don't put this 5, it will be wrong. Divide by quarterly, which is 4 to the power what? 4, as I said, minus 1. Don't forget that we already jumped that, so that it gives our answer straight away. We're trying to avoid rewriting that again. So say 1 plus 0,05 over 4, all right, to the power what? To the power 4 and minus 1. All right, give that shift, set up. I just want the calculator to round it for me to 4 decimal places. 0,0509. So 0,0509. I told you how to go back. Shift, set up 8 and then 1. Okay, but it's 0,0509. So it's 0,0509, and then what you do is you're choosing now to convert this to say the effective interest rate, you write that. That's how you write it. Is equal to 0,0509 times 100. My space there is limiting me, which is equal to what? 5,09%. Are you getting that? So that is how you go about answering that. Now let's look at the last one. Now I just want to do something a bit different in the last one, but let's start with the question as is. It says an amount of money was invested at a rate of 8.5% per annum, compounded quarterly, same thing, n is equal to 4, 8.5, which is 8.5 over 100, which is 0,085, right? And then an amount of money was invested at a rate, calculate the effective. The moment they say effective, meaning they want IEFF, so definitely then this one, the money was invested at a rate, this becomes your I-norm, okay, of this investment. So I'm just gonna write the formula. 1, now you remember the formula, right? It's IEFF. Remember the formula? Let me start again just so that I don't confuse you. Let's write the formula. It's 1 plus what? IEFF, yes, is equal to, what do you say? 1 plus I norm. Remember? But when it comes to norm, you remember your compounding, the n and the n. So right, IEFF, and you know the 1 will just jump to the other side. So it will be bracket 1 plus I norm there, which is 0,085. Compounding quarterly, you divide by 4, you multiply by 4 minus 1, because that 1 there has jumped. Are you with me? Then the calculator can still give us the answer here. So what is it? IEFF is equal to, then when you use the calculator, it will be 1 plus 0,085 over 4, okay, to the power 4 minus 1. So we get that. Similarly, which is if you do 0,0877 to 4 decimal places, 0,0877. So it's 0,0877. Then you finally write the final answer to say, therefore, effective interest rate is equal to 0,0877. You multiply by what? By 100, so that you change that into a percentage, which is 8,77%. Now, this is what I wanted to say. I want to change this question here because the questions are the same. I haven't seen any question asking you to calculate the nominal, but let's change it. I will say an amount of money was invested. Let's not have that. Was invested. I just want to try to change this question. An amount of money was invested at a rate, at an unknown. We'll call that unknown rate. They say we don't know that. It was invested at an unknown rate per annum, compounded quarterly, right? The effective, this now we know, the effective interest rate of this investment was, what was the effective interest rate we calculated? It's 8.77. Is 8.77. Then they'll say calculate the nominal rate. All right, so look at this question. They want us to now calculate the I norm. You see, from this formula, they need us to calculate that. We haven't done it. I don't know whether they'll ask it, but I just want you to, in a way, should they want you to calculate that? So they want, let's calculate I norm. So what we have, remember, it's 1 plus I EFF is equal to 1 plus I norm over n to the power n. So we want this I norm, but we know the I norm is 8.5, but I want to work back, and then the I effective is 8.77. So let's look at it. So we are saying 1 here plus I effective, remember it's 8.77, but you go back to say the I effective, the actual one, before you convert it, it was 0.0877. You divide that by 100. So here it's a matter of saying 8.77 over 100, just like the question, which is 0.0877. Okay, which is this one here. It's as good as taking that. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna say 1 plus 0.0877 is equal to 1 plus I norm over, they say it quarterly, we still maintain, it says compounded quarterly, so our n is 4. Here we put 4, and then to the power what? To the power 4. And then when you do that, just watch, we want to calculate I norm. And then what you do, I think at this stage the best thing for you to do is to add the side. So whenever you add the side, 1 plus 0.0877, which is 1 plus 0.0877, what you get? 1.0877. Okay, so it's 1.0877 is equal to 1 plus I norm over 4 now to the power 4. Now pay attention. I want you to pay attention. How do you continue from here? Now from here, what I want you to do is to look at this 4. That's what you need to have. Look at that 4 there. It's an exponent, right? Now for me to get rid of that exponent, what I need to do is to introduce that sign, and because it's a 4, I will also have a 4, so it's a 4th root. But what you do on the left, you do on the right. See that? And then you put a 4 there. So what it means I've got the 4th root, you don't have to find it, 1.0877, leave it like that. Now it has fallen off, it's 1 plus I norm over 4. Don't use a calculator yet. Let's continue. Getting better now. We have removed that 4. The next one to focus on is that 1. Similarly, in the previous part, take this 1, let it jump the equal sign. So you've got, continue with the 4th root. So you've got the 4th root of 1.0877, right? Now from positive it becomes minus 1. Please be careful. It's not inside the square root, the 4th root sign. It's outside. Is equal to I norm over 4. Much better now. See that? We finalize it, almost there. Now the problem then we have is that 4 as a fraction. Remember, how do you get rid of the 4 as a fraction? So it's, if it's 4, you multiply by 4 over 1. Okay, because it's more like you've got 1 over 4, so you multiply by 4 over 1. So when you do that, what you do on the left, you do on the right. So you put a bracket also, and you say 4 over 1, just a number, not an exponent now. So what you do, that goes, so that you have got 4th root, don't use a calculator yet, 1.0877 minus 1, and then close, and then say times 4 over 1. Then you've got I norm. Look at it. Now you can use the calculator here. Remember, we want our answer to be what? Our answer has to be that answer, 8.5. Let me read that answer. That's what we're looking at there. Remember that? Okay. So let's go back here. Then when we use the calculator at this stage, so that we can see if ever we get to that. So it's 4th root don't forget you put a bracket first, and then you say shift, you put that one to say fourth root of 1,0877. Play forward, be careful there, -1. Remember, it's if you don't play forward, what you're gonna have, you see, it will be -1. It will go inside the square root, so be careful there. You play forward so that it is now outside like that. Then you close that bracket, and then you say what? Times 4/1. You just say times 4 is still the same thing. When you do that, equal to, then you have got 0, let's do shift 4 decimal places, set up 6 to 4 decimal places, 0,0843. See, 0,0843. So it's 0,0843 is equal to I norm. Now, how do you find the actual I norm? Remember, therefore, nominal, you write there, therefore, nominal rate is equal to 0,0843 times 100. Then when you do that, it will give you the answer of what? 8,43%. I know it didn't go to 8.5 because of the rounding off. I can, we wanted an answer to become what? We wanted this to become 8.5%, but it's because even this one has been rounded off. If we're using the actual value, then it was going to change. For example, if I come here, just to show you what I mean, if I come here and use the actual value that we got here, to say here it was of the effective, it's 1 plus 0,085, all right, over 4 close -1. This is the actual value that we got, 0, okay, sorry, I forgot the compounding there. I'm asking myself, why is it different? To the power 4. This is the actual value that we got, right? So if we take this actual value, we put it here, this actual value, we put it on this, you'll see actually, let's put it there. So this is the actual value to say, remember, if I say AC, that's my previous answer. You see, that's my answer. So if I do this, it will be bracket, shift that fourth root of my answer, all right, play forward, okay, it didn't play forward, it's play forward is -1, you close to the power, not power, there is no power there, -1 times 4/1. I hope I'm doing that one correctly, equal to, am I doing that correctly? Is this, did I do that correctly? It was fourth root, I don't know what I'm doing there, but let's do this again. Let me try to put this in. Can I see this spot? I don't know why it's not coming right, but let me try again. Let me try this again. Look at this. I'm saying it's 1 plus that, which is 0,085 over 4 to the power 4, right? Then I said -1. This is the answer, remember, that I got. So now take that answer, bring it here, I think that one, so that it will become fourth root. So it's shift, have that, it's fourth root of that answer that I got. Let me just check again the answer that I got there. Oh, this answer, remember, it's actually here, whereby it's now, this is currently 0,0877, but now I have to add 1 there. So let me take it a bit further. You see, it's at this stage here where you say when you add a 1 here. Yeah, I think I took it a bit early. Remember, there is that part whereby you add a 1 here. That's the part I think I'm missing it. So I'm supposed to add a 1 to that answer. So here I'll say plus 1 equal to, so that it becomes 1,0877. I see that. Then take that into the final answer here, so that it becomes, remember this is my last answer, right? So that it becomes shift 4th root of 1 comma, actually not that, of answer, because I want the full answer. Then it's minus 1, then you close it, and then times 4/1. I just took the whole answer of that. It must give me now something. Okay, I must put that in the beginning. So equal to, then SD, which is 0,085. Then you multiply by 100, which is what? Exactly 8.5%. You see, if you don't round off, it will give you the exact 8.5%. But anyway, guys, we've come to the end of our lesson where I was converting, or we're looking at how to change from the nominal interest rate to the effective interest rate. Usually it's going in this direction. It's rare to find questions going this direction. So I will encourage you to master the one whereby you want the effective and you are given the nominal, and then you can try to go backwards, just 1 or 2, just to give yourself practice in case they bring that. But how many marks is this? It's 3 marks in an exam, so don't lose those 3 marks. I just saw one which was 4 marks. I don't know why, but mainly it will be 3 marks. I hope this is of benefit to you, and I will encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Remember, this channel has you in mind. I'm bringing these solutions or videos for the underdog, you who says I'm struggling and I need you to go slowly. Teach me how you go about this. So most of the time my videos frustrate some of the students who says, but you're too slow. It is because I'm not teaching you who is at a rate to say most of the things you know. I'm looking at someone who says my maths is very low, but I need to improve my maths. So I'm looking at you, my underdog. I was once there, so let me help you get out of that. And remember, your future is important. So subscribe so that you can be able to be notified. We've come to the end of our lesson. Thank you.